Now on First at 4, chaos and confusion in Lake Charles Memorial Hospital today after reports of a man with a gun. We break that down coming up, and we talk to patients at today's scene who were evacuated. And as early voting continues, we're learning more about DeQuincy's mayoral race. 7 News First at 4 begins now.
Sponsored by Lake Charles Memorial Health System, covering the news for Southwest Louisiana. This is 7 News First at 4.
Thanks for joining us on First at 4. I'm Jillian Corder. Lake Charles Memorial on high alert this morning after report of a man with a gun inside. It was just 10 a.m. Lake Charles police got the call. Parts of the hospital were evacuated and nearby schools put on lockdown. The subject was found on the 6th floor and detained, but released after authorities found no evidence of a weapon or any threat to the hospital. A man has stepped forward saying he was the one questioned by police. KPLC's Shelby Trahan spoke to him this afternoon. Shelby?
Edgar Sanchez reached out to reporters after the all clear was given today. He says his 3-year-old daughter had surgery, and today when he went in to buy her a teddy bear at the hospital's gift shop, it was there. Sanchez claims the clerk refused to sell him anything. He says after 20 minutes of waiting for her to change her mind, he left and returned to his room. He does say that when he was carrying a drink in his hand and a blanket. Minutes later, Sanchez says police were at his daughter's hospital room, taking him into custody and searching for a gun.
I don't know. I feel like that's so racist to me. I don't know. I think she don't like Mexicans. I think it's the answer. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because I only went to there. I'm not even looks gangster or something. Or like Taliban or something like that, you know. I'm just go to buy a teddy bear and that's it.
Sanchez says what upsets him most is that his daughter saw police take him away. He says their family is just looking to go home and forget this ever happened. We reached out to Lake Charles Memorial Hospital for a comment about the allegations from Sanchez, but have not heard back. At your service, Shelby Trahan, KPLC 7 News.
While police say this incident turned out to not be a threat, it certainly shook up many people at the scene, including employees and patients at the hospital. While some floors of the facility were evacuated, others say they were barricaded in their rooms.
I had my head down and I raised up and looked, and there was the police running all over the place. And I put a chair behind the door. I was scared to death of the guns. And then they said, did a man come in here? And I looked and I said, no man in here. But it was scary.
Well, they're thankful this wasn't a real threat. Hospital administrators say it's a teachable moment.
Well, one of the things we did is when a suspicious person was called in, we activated our lockdown procedures. You know, in this case, there wasn't an active shooter, but just out of an abundance of caution in today's world, we went ahead with that process, alerted law enforcement, and from there they kind of take over the situation and instruct us on what they want to do.
He says Lake Charles Memorial administrators will meet to go over their response to today's incident to learn from it. Turning now to a look at our very cloudy weather out there.
Yeah, cloudy, but good news. All the rain has since come to an end, and I don't expect any more rain for the rest of this afternoon. Should stay clear through the bulk of clear as far as rain is concerned, but those clouds will definitely be around. Here's a quick look at the rain chances hour by hour. As you can see, leaving a very slim 10% chance of a sprinkle, but all in all, no issues outside. Temperatures in the 60s right now, and we'll talk more about the forecast in a few minutes. Jillian?
All right, thanks, Wade. Well, early voting underway now for the November 6th election, and on the ballot, the race for DeQuincy mayor. Those vying for the seat are longtime resident Heather Royer, DeQuincy native and pastor of Evergreen Baptist Church James Harris, and local businessman Riley Smith. Coming up tonight on 7 News at 6, we'll hear from each of the candidates and the key issues they plan on addressing if elected. And you can also find more information about that election on KPLCTV.com. Just look under the election tab. You'll find where and when to vote and get to know the candidates running for races across Southwest Louisiana. You can find it all online and on your 7 News mobile app. A Singer woman is in jail after allegedly causing a fire that killed her 11-year-old son. 41-year-old Jenny Stafford is charged with negligent homicide as well as possession of a Schedule II drug and drug paraphernalia. The fire happened on South Smoky Cove Road in Singer about 1 this morning. The boy was reportedly trapped in the fire and his body was later discovered by firefighters. We're told by investigators that Stafford admitted to leaving the boy alone to go next door for drugs. This is the 6th fire that has claimed the life of a minor in the state of Louisiana within a week and a half. And we'll have more on this coming up on Live at 5. The Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office was called out to a home in the LeBleu settlement area Tuesday. That's where one woman says she was robbed at gunpoint. When deputies arrived, they spoke with the homeowner. She said the masked suspects demanded items. Within an hour, deputies located 19-year-old Kaylee Sheldon and 18-year-old Aronia Ardwan. The victim told deputies she attempted to fight back, but the suspects threatened to shoot her. Now, along with those women were 19-year-old Fabian Green and 21-year-old Michael Miller, according to detectives. Detectives spoke with all 4 suspects and were told they were charged with home invasion, armed robbery with the use of a firearm, and theft of a firearm. Police have found more pipe bomb packages addressed to prominent Democrats and critics of President Trump. And we're finding out more about the makeup of the potentially explosive devices. Susan McGinnis joins us with the latest.
Investigators believe packages containing crude pipe bombs sent this week to prominent Democrats and CNN were all sent through the mail. Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
And it's still unknown whether the devices were intended to actually explode. Well, coming up, Wade has more on your forecast.